Hi there, I'm Dan Tuff and this is introduction to my prep video log for the 2016 IBFA British Finals. What I hope to do in this log is just to give you an idea of what's involved in prep, so if you are considering competing you can get an idea of what's involved all the way through to the start of prep until stepping on stage. So I'm going to cover things like nutrition, training, how my diet changes over the course of prep, the reasons why, any changes to training, and then just sort of the general feeling that you get during prep, because it is really tough. I mean, it takes a lot out of you. But in my opinion, the end result is worth the sacrifices you make over that sort of 16, 17 week period. So first off, what I feel I should mention is that this is obviously my prep, and what I do during this prep isn't necessarily what you should do or what's the best thing to do. There's many ways to go about things, many different diet protocols, CV regimes and training as well. So what I hope to do is just give you an idea of what prep can be like, and then you can obviously take from that something, hopefully, and make a decision whether you think you want to go for it. Like I said, the reward of stepping on stage and feeling you've achieved something and you've had the willpower to go through prep and whatnot does outweigh the sacrifices made along the way. Social life takes a hit. Your life very much revolves around prep. You get up, you do your cardio, you make your food, you train at the gym, you maybe do more cardio, then you go to bed. It's not really an exciting life whilst you're prepping, but like I say, the changes, the transformations you make to your body and the thrill of getting on stage can't be compared to anything else. So I started prep a week ago. I'm currently 16 weeks out now. I'll just give you a little bit of a sort of an idea of where I currently stand, and why I'm sort of at where I'm at. I mean, I competed last November, and I was originally aiming to do the classic class, which for me was a weight limit of 13 stone, 83 key, and I ended up coming in at about 13.5 stone, about 86 key. So I didn't make weight for it, but because I'd dieted for so long, I definitely wanted to compete. So I decided to do the Open, whereby I was giving away sort of 10 kilo to the guy who placed above me. But I did manage to place and also qualify for the British Finals. So in a way, it was a bigger achievement than what would have been if I'd have made it to the Classics. What that did, though, is left me with a very short period of time to try and gain a lot of size so that I could be competitive in the finals. Now, I started the off-season at the end of November, and it's given me roughly 3 months, just shy of 3 months. I think I've done sort of 11 weeks. And during that time, I put a hell of a lot of weight on. Started off at, like I say, 86 kilo on stage, and at my highest I was 113. You can imagine there's quite a bit of fat gained with that, but I'm hoping that I'll be on stage a good 5 to 10 key heavier than I was last year. My weight's sort of stabilised now at around about 109. I gained the majority of the weight very quickly in the first 4 weeks, and that wasn't pleasant. I found it quite hard work just doing sort of everyday thing, going upstairs, walking any distance, running. It takes its toll on your body. It's a lot of weight to gain very quickly, but over time your body does adjust to it, and I'm sitting around about like I say 109, which I think is about 17 and a half stone, and it feels like that is the weight I should be now. Now obviously I have put fat on. I'm a lot fatter than I was when I stepped on stage, but I would say my condition's very similar to when I started prep last year, but I'm a good 9.5 kilo heavier. So during the first week, there wasn't a right lot changed in terms of anything, diet, training. I dropped my calories down by 200. Now I should mention at this point I've been eating 4,900 calories during the off season, which I didn't really enjoy. It was very high carbs for me. I personally don't get on too well with high carb diets. They do make me fat. I found I respond better with protein and fats, with the carbs just centered around training. But obviously a lot of weight needed to be put on, so carbs were in at every meal, coming to 4,900. The macro split of that was 37% protein, 33% carbs, 30% fat. When I made the first changes for the first week, as I say, the calories dropped for just 200, but the macros shifted quite a bit. And what happened was the carbohydrates came down to 26% from 33. The protein went up from 37 to 40, and the fats up from 30 to 34. So whilst the carbs dropped quite a lot, about 100 grams it was, 400 to 300, the fats and the protein increasing, making that the calories weren't too different. Now, I've been struggling with food, and I want the calories to come down, but last year I did everything too fast and my metabolism crashed as a result. I think I was ending up being on 1,700 calories with cardio 3 times a day, weights for 2 hours a day, and things just came to a standstill. So the whole idea is now just to gradually drop things, monitor weight, circumference measurements, waist, and see what my overall condition's like. If I can lose fat on the most amount of calories possible, then that's the goal. So rather than just going straight in at what I would feel is a deficit for my weight, I'm just dropping them down week by week by week to sort of hopefully make progress each week. When it comes to a standstill, we need to drop further. So week 2, like I say, started today with quite a big drop in calories. From last week, we've come down 700, and again that shifted the macros again. The protein's gone up more, the carbs have come down again, and the fats have come down a little bit too. So we're now up to 46% protein, 22% carbs, and 32% fat. So overall, the carbohydrates have come down by probably about 30%, maybe 35% now. So whereas we were at 400, we're probably around about 250 now. And obviously I've only got today to base on. It's been a lot more comfortable for me. I've enjoyed it better. I've found that the meals haven't been a struggle to get in, and performance in the gym's been the same. So it's not hindered me at all. Now, my off-season diet consisted of 5 solid meals with a bedtime shake of casein with almond butter or peanut butter, and then 3 shakes around training, so 30 minutes pre, intra, and immediately post. Now, those shakes consisted of dextrose or glucose, essential amino acids, Pepto Pro, and obviously in the post-workout whey isolate. Now, the shakes have changed. We've eliminated dextrose completely. We don't have any at all. The intra-workout now is purely branched chains and EAAs, and pre-workout's now a solid meal. Well, I say solid, it's it's chicken, potato, and eggs and egg whites. But I can't stomach that half an hour before training, and also I've got sort of a 2 hour window from waking to training, and to consume all that, we're talking breakfast is about 1,000, and that meal is about 400. So it's just far too much food. I've not got the appetite to eat 400 calories after I've just had 1,000. So I make the chicken, potato, and egg whites into a soup, which is obviously a lot easier on digestion and also doesn't give me the same kind of bloat as solid food would. So that was changed on week 1. So we got rid of all the dextrose. But like I say, it didn't alter the calories too much. And now moving forward, we're going to be looking at just slowly dropping down the carbs and then eventually the fats and proteins as well, just to keep the calories coming down. Cardio has been added now, just 20 minutes steady state, fasted Monday to Friday. That's around about 130 heart rate. So basically I start counting the 20 minutes when I reach that heart rate, so the time it takes me to get to that doesn't count. That's all I'm really going to cover and bore you with in this intro. I will try and sort of include some more interesting things in addition to the weekly updates. I'll show you how I prep my meals, so you can get an idea of how to, make it more efficient, prep all your meals in as short a period of time as possible, how to flavour them, so even though you're in prep eating what will be labelled as bland food, it's still quite tasty. I'll do a few videos of me training in the gym where you can see the techniques I use. Now, one thing I do want to touch upon with regards to the training is what I do works for me. It's not necessarily the best thing to do. There's people out there who have better knowledge than me, but the methods I've used are all tried and tested over a long period of time on myself, and I found that that's the best way for me to train now. It's also worked on a number of my clients too, but I don't want people going away saying Dan says the best way to get bigger shoulders is to do this, because that's not necessarily me saying the best way to get bigger shoulders to train like this, but the best way I found personally is to do it like this. And if it's something you haven't tried, give it a whirl and see how you respond to it. Just one final thing, I will do sort of a Q&A. If anyone has got any questions about anything regarding the prep, I will sort of answer them or try and answer them in the following video if you get those questions over to me in the comments or email or even on Facebook. I'll try and address all of them for you. And if there's anything that you'd be interested in seeing, even mundane things like, where I get the food from and, how I prep things and whatnot, anything can be included. I'm doing this sort of to give people an insight into prep, what it's really like, rather than kind of fluffing it up and making it look all exciting and fun, which it can be, but really it's hard graft. And that's what I'm hoping to portray. So I'll not bore you any longer with this. I will just mention as well the background. It is a bit of a tip because unfortunately this isn't just my office. It's also turned into the junk room. So I've got my treadmill over there and then bags of boxes and stuff all behind me. So it's not the most attractive backdrop for you in these videos, but probably still better than my ugly mush anyway. So I'll leave it there, guys, and like I say, I'll check in next week with another vid and hopefully try and get some other bits and bobs together for you as well. Thank you and bye.